And now, another case file from today's sponsor. Twas but another day. The boy, in his studio, struggling, trying to make this very video.
How on God's green earth am I gonna make this work?
The boy exclaimed.
Help a brother out.
You see, today's episode is brought to you by Help a Brother Out. Help a Brother Out is a way you can support the boy's channel by allowing him to make more and higher quality movies, and ultimately support him in the pursuit of his dream. By becoming a contributor to the cause, you will receive your name personally handwritten on this average-sized piece of wood, and a reservation to a spot in the boy's heart forever. Any and all gratuity can and shall be accepted in any of the following ways: PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, or cash, if you know the boy, of course. And now, without further ado,
And to my hero. That's who I chase. Now, when I was 15 years old, I had a very important person in my life come to me and say, "Who's your hero?" And I said, "I don't know, I got to think about that. Give me a couple of weeks." I come back 2 weeks later. This person comes up and says, "Who's your hero?" I said, "I thought about it. You know who it is?" I said, "It's me in 10 years. So I turned 25 10 years later. That same person comes to me and goes, "So are you a hero?" And I was like, "Not even close." No. She said, "Why?" I said, "Because my hero is me at 35. So you see, every day, every week, every month, and every year of my life, my hero's always 10 years away. I'm never going to be my hero. I'm not going to attain that. I know I'm not. And that's just fine with me because that keeps me with somebody to keep on chasing."
When I used to make my ramen, only ever Maruchan ramen, only ever chicken Maruchan ramen, I would pour the seasoning packet into the water whilst the ramen was cooking, and eat the ramen with the broth. But now, when I make my ramen, I pour the seasoning packet onto the noodles only after most of the water has been drained. Got to leave some in there for emulsification purposes. I now do it this way because someone I once knew told me the way I did it was wrong, and their way was better. And they were right. I was listening to this podcast one day, and this guy, Alex Hormozi, was speaking about trauma. He had said,
"Trauma is when you have a punishing event that permanently changes behavior."
He gave the example of a kid touching a hot stove. And that got me thinking. Most people use the word trauma as a negative thing. I have childhood trauma. I can't do that. I'm traumatized. And yes, while those things can be true, and trauma can most definitely come from a bad place, I also think it can be a good thing, a learning tool for the next time you're in a similar situation. That kid ain't gonna touch that stove again. He's traumatized.
I think there are people that help you become the person that you end up being, and you can be grateful for them, even if they were never meant to be in your life forever. I'm glad I knew you too.
Every time I go to eat a peanut butter and jelly, I'm always brought back to the Philadelphia Zoo.
See the ball?
See the lion laying on the grass?
Just look past the ball.
See the big lion? Brown lion?
That's a big cat.
How's the lion go?
We would go there once a week, or at least it seemed like that. And Dad, he would always pack a PB&J for lunch. Lunch at that little round black metal table. It was in this perfect little nook, all surrounded by the trees, right next to the primate exhibit. Took a while to find that spot. And don't get me started on the PB&J itself. It was always better when Dad made it. 2-to-1 jelly to peanut butter ratio, the correct way. Mom would always put too much peanut butter. Had the roof of my mouth all caked up and stuff. You know, as a young person, most of our relationships are built off of convenience. The kids in your class, your next door neighbors. I'm saying all this because I often think of all the relationships I have, or have had in my life. Friends, family, partners, acquaintances, enemies. Really anyone I've ever interacted with or had a conversation with. Even if we never meet again. But that wasn't all for nothing. I'm still reminded of them and their impact on me. Whether it's when I'm doing something we used to do, or I catch a sniff of a familiar smell, and I'm taken back to a different place, a different time. Just because the thing came to an end, and for whatever reason it may have been, doesn't really matter. All those connections have molded me into the person I am today. All the memories shared and conversations had have left bits and pieces of so many people behind. For me to pick up and shape my personality, the person I am. And you know, maybe I've even left some of my own crumbs behind for others to adopt as their own. This is today's surprise unsolicited side note.
These trees smell like cum.
I'm not really religious. I don't believe in God, though I was baptized.
I baptize you in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
But I do believe in this saying, everything happens for a reason. In my mind, why ever think a different way? How could you? The past cannot be changed, no matter how hard you try or how much you want it to. So why even pay it any mind? We relearn this lesson over and over that the past cannot be changed, and yet we still try.
Don't show this video ever!
Okay, listen. I'll shave it off if you sit here and talk to me for a minute. Okay?
Videotape me, Dad.
What's kind of ointment? What kind of stuff did you want for your hair?
I need a hair growing faster ointment. It will grow faster.
Why do you want that? Because you shaved a strip down at your hair?
Yeah, I don't want.
Alright, bend your head down. I'll get a close-up of it.
Weird name.
He said, can I have a mohawk? I said, well, you just cut the mohawk off.
Let me make sure I got it all the way down. Wow.
Hair, what do you want, Carter? Hair ointment? I don't think hair ointment's gonna help that head. Huh? Well, why don't you invent some kind of ointment that will grow hair back? You sure? Why not?
Guess what? I don't have to do your hair now in the morning.
Where did you put my hair?
Your hair is
Head down.
not on your head.
No, where did you put
I don't know. I threw it in the trash can, I think.
I want it back where you could glue it on my head.
Okay, let's say you're done.
Carter, where are you going? Carter just went to glue his hair back on. You like it? Did you glue it back on?
No, I can't.
Put it on there and try to glue it.
I don't have it here. Please get me back my hair.
Carter, you shaved your own hair off. Why are you asking me for it?
Let's see if I can shave it back on.
It's in your, what are you gonna do?
Shave it back on.
Shave it back on? That might work. What are you gonna do? What? You're gonna try to make your hair come back, but with the clippers?
Yeah.
Are you gonna hit the reverse button, and then that puts the hair back on?
I don't know. Let's see this.
Let me get Carter in here. Come on, I gotta shave his head.
Look
now.
at the mirror, friggin' got
Excuse me.
toothpaste or something all over it.
No, don't, Mom. I look like a weirdo already.
Stay here.
My head.
Now, what do you want me to put on your head, Carter?
Water.
What's the water gonna do?
Maybe let it grow.
Cause what does water do?
Grow plant.
Do you want to try? Here's some water. Here's some water. Hold on. No, wait. Listen. You have to, for your hair to grow, right? You just got to do it nice and slow. You can't do it real, but you all got to get it all over your whole head.
You do it.
Do you want me to do it? Sure. Oh, I gotta go slow. Maybe this is gonna grow your hair back. Hold on! Hey! Carter's growing his hair back. Hold on. All right.
I already look worse than I thought I would look.
Carter, what do you look like?
I look like an ass, jerk, shit, piss, shit, asshole.
And Kai looks the same. It's great.
My head.
You guys need to rinse real quick.
You naked? Yo! Hey! Go in the bathroom! Don't try! Hey! Don't do that! You see, we can't split test life. I wish I had done that, or if only this was the case. Nope. What you did is what you did. And what's happened has happened. Everything happens for a reason. It's just my way of accepting what has occurred. Even if it was unwanted, it happened. No matter how small or how catastrophic, it happened to you. Really for you. Teaching you lessons on what to do and what not to do in service to the person you're becoming. The person you never really stopped becoming. You see, change is inevitable. It's always happening. But the real question is, what's going to be the thing that changes? Will it be you? Or will it be the world around you whilst you sit and watch? I heard this quote, or saying, or whatever you want to call it, and it was my catalyst. It said that true hell is when the person you are meets the person you could have been. I remember it like yesterday. I was at Walmart, working, scanning boxes as I did. And when I heard that, I thought of me. Future me. On my deathbed, meeting the person I could have been.
looking back on the life I had lived, and wishing I had done different, and simply not being able to. And the thought of that terrified me. I think that moment, was the proverbial life tube thrown out to me to get me started on the path to be the me I could have been. And I get it. I really do. People go through hard shit. Really hard shit. Things that traumatize them. People that traumatize them. But what service does it do to yourself to sit there and marinate in that shit stew? Smoking, snorting, drinking your problems away. If that's you, I'd say stop. It ain't working and it never will. The only way out is through. You're hoping one day these dinghies you're riding on will float you all the way across your sea of pain. No. You have to lay foundation and begin building your own ship. A ship that's gonna take time. Maybe break down on you a couple of times. Definitely break down on you a couple of times. And yes, it's gonna leave you swimming in the sea. And oh, it's gonna be hard. Why wouldn't it be? What you'll figure out is that you never really do cross the sea. You just learn how to ride its waves. And you get damn good at swimming in it. Change happens when the pain of staying the same is worse than the pain of changing. So if you're down on your luck, low-spirited, or in a rut, and decide it's time for you to finally get out, begin the chase, and finally embrace the change, do it. And to that I'd say, alright.
Hey,